Starlight.
Star
Starlight.
Bright.
Yes, so Starlight. I don't.
Speaking of Starlight, Stardim is more like it. So speaking of Stardim, let's let's get this out of the way.
I had not spoken on Hello Starlight for quite some time.
It's fucking crazy around here. Like it's totally fucking nuts. Yeah, it's been crazy as far as Starlight goes.
Jenny, though, did you see Starlight's newest thumbnail? She's pissing on your hat, girl.
No.
She is. She's pissing on the mob boss's hat.
Oh no,
Oh,
Jenny.
shots fired. Pew pew.
Let's be realistic. Who gives a fuck about Hello Starlight at the end of the day?
Hey, Starlight.
The baby of the DC.
All right, I'll be back in 1 minute. I'm only gonna do this for 5 minutes. Before I go to bed, I just have to address this.
Pull up.
See how Daddy likes that.
Listen to the shit this bitch says.
I'm digging through cow shit to get shrooms, to get high on.
You're a piece of shit. You're a piece of shit, Starlight.
It's on, Starlight.
I think that's fucking funny and that's cute. Well, I can be funny and cute too.
She is a nasty little skank. That's all she's ever been.
What's the matter, Starlight? You mad?
She tries to get all this internet dick, though. Get you a little piece of it, Starlight. It's fun.
Ew. Get your own content, bitch. If you don't want people to respond, then shut your fucking mouth, Starlight. God dang it, you got me fucked up.
Because you're obsessed with my vagina. Literally obsessed with my vagina.
You like Hello Starlight? You're such a fucking idiot.
Somebody go pamper her ass.
Hey, Starlight. I just deleted that little short I put up talking about your ex-husband.
I actually tried to put your ex-husband's picture as my avatar, but I couldn't get it to work. But I can get it on my community post.
There you go, Starlight. That's for you.
Fuck every fucking one of you all that goes live to defend Hello Starlight.
Really? You've been around here all these years, and you're gonna be pathetic like that? Seriously?
Alright. Yeah, Starlight, basically you can just go fuck yourself.
Hello Starlight. I'm gonna say this once and for all. We're going to go real life now, Starlight. It's on now, baby.
Where Starlight's been holding the moral high ground for how long about anti-doxing?
I know, right?
See how Daddy likes that.
What a fucking lunatic.
And Starlight, when you grow a set of balls, you're more than welcome to show up any fucking time you choose, bitch. Pull up. Anytime you grow a set.
So again, Starlight, you want to play? Let's dance. Let's dance.
Yeah, just go fuck yourself, Starlight. You're a piece of shit.
Have a good day, Starlight. Touch the grass.
Oh, honey, I am so not threatened by you. My man wouldn't touch you with a 10-foot pole. My man with a 10-foot pole. My man wouldn't touch you with a 10-foot pole. My man with a 10-foot pole. Last time I checked, you don't have a man. You don't have a man. You don't have a man. Last time I checked, you don't have a man. You don't have a man. You don't have a man. So you're the needy press. Last time I checked, you're the needy press. So you're the needy press. Last time I checked, you're the needy press. My man wouldn't touch you with a 10-foot pole. My man with a 10-foot pole. My man wouldn't touch you with a 10-foot pole. You're just mad because I have a chat. Last time I checked, you don't have a man. You don't have a man. You don't have a man. Last time I checked, you don't have a man. You don't have a man. You don't have a man. My man wouldn't touch you with a 10-foot pole.
Bitch. I probably shouldn't start my stream out like that because YouTube is great. YouTube is wonderful. Everybody loves YouTube. So do the people that are monetized YouTube. Anyways, hello everybody. How are you doing this almost afternoon in my neck of the woods? So good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be in this world. It is April the 3rd. Holy macaroni. Holy guacamole, we got chips. Yeah. April, May, school's gonna be out soon. Like, what the fuck? What the fuck? A year and some months since old Jip Jip was released from the prison unjustly. A year of fuckery, a year and some months of fuckery. Let's go. I'm just curious. Let me go to my other channel real quick. I want to see when exactly I started covering BRI. Because, let's see. If I can even find my own damn channel, that would be great. The fuck? Where is it? Hello, Starlight. Where are you? Can't find my own channel. Oh, there we go. There we go. All right, let's go to live. Scroll, scroll, scroll. Give me just a moment. And then I'll say hello and bring the chat up so I can see you guys. All right, I started talking about Jip Jip around, let's see, January the 9th. Okay, and then I started talking about BRI. Where was that? When did that begin? Let us see. Here we go. Here's the first one with her on a thumbnail. 10 months ago, May 20th, 2024. So almost a year of bruh. Almost a whole year of bruh spurging out, crashing out on the internet over defending a murderer. How despicable. What an embarrassment. Like that's going to be your legacy one day. Here lies BRI, Gypsy's biggest stan, known to the world as only being up the ass of a murderer. How she fits up that ass, I have no idea, because she is the shape of a pear. Maybe she can shove that up her butt. I don't know. What am I talking about? Hey, Ash. All right, I got the chat pulled up. Did you say, don't you start with me, Ash274. Don't you fucking dare. Ash, did you get any of those tornadoes? Did anybody around here get those tornadoes last night? Because I heard they were pretty cray-cray. If you don't subscribe to Ryan Hall Y'all, that is actually his name, Ryan Hall Y'all. He's a great little meteorologist over there. I like to watch the weather sometimes. Anyways, all right. Hello. Rose Red, Batty, my love. Just want to pinch your cheeks. Your bum. I want to pinch your bum. I almost bought a pear tree, but I got a peach tree. Okay, Ash, you got yourself a peach. Are you going to get some chickens too? Everybody has chickens. I do not. Eggs are expensive, though. I'll tell you that. What's up, Quiche? Aqua Turtle. Whimsy. Jenny Light. Angry Carrot. Tornado touchdown in my area on Monday. Oh, there were some crazy ones last night, I hear. Not where I live, but wherever. I could never live in Tornado Alley. I say this all the time. I would piss myself if I even heard a tornado siren. Tornadoes scare the shit out of me. We've got 4 more days of terrible storms. Oh, Lord, no. Oh, hey, Jay. What's up, Jay? Misnomer. As Morbid would say, OG channel legend Misnomer in the house. Love you, Misnomer. What's up, Dots? This is my go-to weather channel. Are you talking about Ryan Hall, y'all? Hey, Blue Sunshine. McCatherine, so good to see you. Beautiful Disaster. Crystal Pistol. Allie, Holly, Suzanne. Just Ashley, 84. I live in Indiana. Was 2 miles away from her. Fuck that. Does Indiana normally get to tornadoes? Where does Tornado Alley run through exactly? I have chickens hatching next week. Oh, Lord. I don't know if I could deal with the chicken poo-poo. That's the part I wouldn't want to fuck with, is the poo-poo. Chicken shit. What's up, Jan? Good to see you. Exposing the Good Wives Network. Shout out again to Exposing the Good Wives Network for the thumbnail, or I should say the picture on the thumbnail of bruh, provided by Exposing the Good Wives Networks. Arguably one of the best AI people out there, whether you like the AI or who it's about, whatever, but she's pretty damn good at that shit. Mine is not. Like, sometimes I'll type in something and I'll get something completely different. I don't know. Maybe it's the app. What app do you use? Exposing. Anyhow. Casey May. BB Assassin. Brianna Clark, Miss Fancy Pants. Good to see you. Christy. Shorty Pie. Pink Nightmare. Bad Girl with the Toothbrushes. Phaedra. Kathleen Fleck, Yaddle. Good to see you, Yaddle. Anna Alley, the Random Blonde. What did you say about tornadoes here too? Ooh, They were east of us, thankfully, but man, they got hit hard over and over. Tornadoes were wilding out. Whew. I'm telling you, that's one of my worst fears, is a tornado. Fuck that. Fuck that. Hello, Starlight. It was raining really hard yesterday over here. Yeah, we didn't. We just got some winds. Outspoken Lady. You think tornadoes are beautiful? I think it's cool that, yeah. They're beautiful from the TV screen. How about that? I don't ever want to see one in person, if that's what you mean. The weather's super interesting. My daughter thought about she's only 15, so she thought about being a meteorologist or, one of those, but we'll see what happens. She also wants to be a pediatrician, so they were heading my way, but was lifted before they got, and that's good. No ma'am. All right, guys, I'm getting lost in the chat here. Let me scroll back down to the bottom. Me too, Batty. I like watching Storm Chasers. And look, if you have not seen Twisters, it's just called Twisters with an S. It's basically it's not a remake of the old one. Thank you so much for the Cash App. Thank you. You're so sweet. I never know if people want me to say their names when they send me one. So, you know who you are, and thank you so much. It's so appreciated. Okay. But if you haven't seen Twisters, it's really good. We saw it in 4DX. That was fun. And then my daughter saw it 2 more times after that. It's really a good movie. The original will always be the original, but this one was really good. And it's not a remake of the original. It's a whole different story. All poop is gross. Yes. Agreed. I agreed. Yep. Yeah, Twisters is good. I'm telling you. I really liked it. All right, guys. So, get to the topic at hand here. I've been listening to Morbid too long. Sometimes I'm like, am I talking like Morbid? Because you know, sometimes you'll pick up when you're around people and you'll pick up their cadence. I promise I'm not trying to be Lady Morbid. I did see someone in the chat yesterday had the name Lady Morbid X. Who's that? Who that? Something we don't know about. No, I'm joking. I'm kidding. All right, guys. So you were up till 5 a.m. freaking the fuck out, nearly puking. Oh my God, that is so scary. That's reason to move out of Tornado Alley if you live in Tornado Alley. If you're having to puke and shit over the possibility of a tornado, is it really worth living there? No, I say no. I say no, it's not. Ooh, I would have one of those storm cellars, something. I've seen her around for a few months. I have 2 here and there. She was kind of going at me yesterday in this chat, I think. people are all big mad because I don't want to choose a side of a situation that should have been handled in private to begin with and not brought to a big platform, which I told that person. I said I wouldn't do it, but whatever. Whatever. Sorry we didn't coddle your little balls. Jesus. Come on. Toughen up, buddy. Toughen up. These streets are rough. Try someone doxing your fucking life. That shit sucks. I'm not saying... Never mind. I'm just not even going to talk about it. I'll get myself in trouble. People can support whoever they want to support. I think everyone should support each other. Not everybody has to like each other because there's a lot of different personalities around here, and some people are just not going to get along. That's just it. I mean, do you get along with everyone you know in your real life or ever came across? Hell, no. But did it stop you from going to the grocery store? No. You know what I'm saying? I love you too, Dots. I really do. You're a great person. Bethany, did I say hi to Bethany? Hey, Bethany. Baby cakes. With the cakes. Bethany, I bet you got them cakes, huh? You twerk it. Sorry. You have to know Bethany. I'm not being weird. Not being weird. I don't get why doxing someone makes someone feel better. Yeah, no. Well, some people may be getting in trouble for their doxing ways. Oh, that April Fool's joke won't be so funny if it actually happens. Now, will it? Oh, egg on your face for that day. Bethany, I bet you twerk it, girl, don't you? Oh, man. Hey, Dank. I don't think I said hi to you. Hello, Dank. You guys are great. I really love the chat. So, we need to have like chat appreciation day. And thank you all for not being an asshole. I got my ass ripped up in Morbid's chat. Like, ripped up the first night. Not so much last night, a little bit. But I just look at the chat and I'm like, damn, like it's that easy for you to just be like, yeah, fuck you forever, bitch. How dare you? I'm unsubscribing. You bitch. How dare you be fair? Lord. Why did more? Because Ash, there was like let's just say this. You know, all the shit, it starts in Discord, right? Well, someone got mad at someone and took a private thing that they said in a private DM and gave it to the person they were saying it about and caused unnecessary, and then the person got all in their feelings and upset and wanted to take it public. And then when they took it public, this is my perception, I think this person placed expectations on Morbid and myself to be like, oh, this other person must be banished from the community. Never again. It's a long story. I don't want to get into the details because I'm really trying my best to stay out of it. I really am. Because I know all sides to the story. And you guys don't. Some of you do. But most of you don't know all sides to the story. And if you did, maybe they're all in the wrong. I don't think there should be sides. That's all. I think we're all adults. We can all coexist. If you don't like someone, you can leave and come back when they're not here or whatever. But for the record, Bug is very much welcome in my chat and on my panel. And so is Injustice if he ever wanted to, but he's usually at school around this time. He still has a wrench in here. I didn't take it because I'm not like that unless it's a severe circumstance. But yeah. Anyhow, let's move on. I'm going to open up the panel. So last night, Bree, I got off Morbids. I was laying in bed, trying to go to bed. I was scrolling, and I scroll upon someone named Gypsy's Toothbrush. And I click in there, and it's Bree on the panel, crashing out. This woman cannot debate. Like, really, I say it all the time, Bree, you are a liability to Gypsy. Like, you are doing her no favors at all. All right, there's the link. Let me pin it. And so I ended up going up there. I don't know if anyone has the full recording. I unfortunately do not. I got what I got. And when I went on the panel, I couldn't screen record. So, well, I could, but you can't hear me in the screen recording. But I was just trying to go up there and say, look, because Bree was talking about the chromosome deletion. Like, we'll get into it when I play the clips. What's up, Nicole?
Hi. Oh, really? So she, because I know Gypsy's Toothbrush, which is funny to say. But
Yes, I don't know who she is.
I don't either.
But she said she had a main account, and it was what she never said what it was. She doxed herself too.
Oh, okay. Well, then, good for her. You know,
But I didn't look her up or anything. I'm just saying, she was like, "You want to know who I am? Look me up. My name is blah 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 blah." Yeah, but
that must have been late. Was it?
it was. I think it was close to midnight. And
Bree's nocturnal.
yes. Well, when I click in there, there's a guy named Tony on the panel, and shout out to Tony.
Yes, I love Tony.
I don't know who that guy is, but it was so funny. He handled her so great. He wasn't yelling or anything, but he was like, "Where's your fucking proof? I've been waiting for however
I just
long."
met Tony the other night on Keisha's panel.
Right.
And he's cool.
He who shall not be named, you know, we did a whole thing. We don't need to do it again, but he
Right.
up on Tony's panel, and he gave, he has the same insult to me every time. Why don't you eat a sandwich? It's
Who says that?
Wild. You know, the same fucking joke, and we were just, and Tony hated him. Oh my god, it was great.
Man, y'all gotta like not that I always check my messages, but somebody's at least let me know. I need like a notification when this shit is happening.
Jake and I like went off on him because he was hyper focused on me and Dank, and so of course we were like, you know, every time he'd say something, I just go because I'm you know,
why don't
super,
you go and
intelligent.
eat a sandwich?
Yeah, exactly. Why don't you go and eat a sandwich? Well, that cold. I'm like,
Someone really hurt my feelings. Oh,
that's what I said. I was like, oh, ouch, ooh, ooh. Are you
Dank
body
is
shaming?
backstage.
Yeah, thank you for the Cash App, you guys. I appreciate it. What now? Oh, Dank. Oh, sorry. There we go. And Quiche.
Hey, y'all.
Hello.
Hey.
Did y'all see that last night?
No, that's why I'm here.
I
literally saw a little bit at like 8 in the morning. I was so pissed. I was like, fuck, I went to
What
sleep.
time was it?
It was sometime after Morbid's live, probably like
I think it was 12. I clicked in.
Yeah, it was like 10:30 my time, so Eastern, like it was like 1 o'clock in the morning your time, maybe. Yeah,
it was like
late.
11. I went and looked at my screen recording.
Jan told me that she was shaking,
Central.
like she was gonna have a
I'm
stroke or
telling you,
something.
yes, this woman cannot debate. She's just triggered. He was asking her. He pulled up a document, one of the medical documents, and she was trying to tell him he was wrong, and she's like, I'm gonna show you the proof. You only have 200 something pages. I have over 9,000. It took her at least 15 minutes. Felt like this bitch came back with no proof. He called her out on it. she lost her cookies. I wish I recorded it, but my
Wait,
phone
was it
fucked up.
Tony?
Yes, I only got the end of Tony, and I'm so mad because the first part was so funny.
Oh, Tony's awesome. He's my new favorite.
Yeah, I like Tony.
Sure, my favorite.
TikTok Tony. Does he
Yeah,
come to
TikTok.
the YouTube?
It
I
was
don't know.
hilarious. I kept getting
I
so
told him
many
about
invites.
Morbid. I asked him to get up on Morbid's panel, but I'll send him the link right now. See if he'll come over.
Tell him to come up.
Okay.
It was
All
so
right,
funny.
so
I was getting so many invites to the live, and I'm like, no, I'm not. I don't have the patience to deal with Brie.
Oh,
Like
I
was hanging out with Nani and Nelly anyway, but I was just like, I'm not dealing with it.
Oh, I know.
it was
I heard literally like 5 seconds of it, and she's like screaming, and I'm like, yep, nope, no, not doing it, nope.
Okay, I have to put this overlay because like I was screen recording, but I was also like texting my daughter and shit. So just so people know, you're not missing anything. There's nothing happening on the screen.
Oh, Tony and Toothbrush are on together now. I wonder what the here. I'll mute.
Shut up. They are right now? Oh, I don't know why I thought Bree would be there. Yeah. See if they can both come over here. I want to explain. Bree would not let me fucking talk. I was actually coming up like she wasn't wrong in what she was saying. She just was presenting it wrong. So, and I recorded it happens later, but the lady, the toothbrush lady was asking about also, I hope she's not mad that I'm streaming her stuff. Like, she was very adamant that people do not screen record her last night, but I'm sorry, it's the internet.
She's really, really cool. She's been
I know.
around. I've seen her she's pretty
well, I hope she would be okay
into
with
the chat
that.
often. So
Okay.
yeah, she's super funny and chill. So I'm sure she won't, as long as it's like, anti-gypsy people. You know what
That's
I mean?
what I
I
figured.
think she's
Yeah,
worried about
I don't
the
know her.
trolls.
Okay.
Yeah, I just told them to come over. I just dropped it in the chat on their live.
If they want to. I don't want to interrupt her live.
No, it's Tony's live, but that's
okay, fine. Or his. But I was trying. Okay, so Bree was trying to say about the chromosome disorder that Dee Dee used it as a blueprint, that they always knew that Gypsy had the chromosome disorder and Dee Dee used it as a blueprint, which is not true, but it is at the same time. Yes, when Gypsy was born in 1991, they knew that something was wrong with her and they knew it was a chromosome deletion. What chromosome? They did not know until I believe it's 2011 when she was formally diagnosed with the chromosome disorder. So, yes, they knew that she had a chromosome deletion. Right? Did I say it right? But they did. There was no blueprint to follow because they didn't know. Like every chromosome deletion is different, and there's thousands. There's probably more than thousands. There's probably ones we don't even know about.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, I know they
there was
originally
not
diagnosed her with like
chromosome
failure to
testing back
thrive, right?
then.
Was what they thought it was, and that she just grew out of it.
Yeah, because Gypsy has every symptom of her deletion, but nobody knew that those were the symptoms of this deletion until whenever 2011. You know what I'm saying?
But she also admits, so what's the deal? She made a
Right,
video
but
about
Bree
it.
was trying to say that Dee Dee knew the symptoms of Gypsy's microdeletion, and that's why she said she had muscle weakness, and that's why
not until 20.
Gypsy actually had the symptoms. She had the symptoms.
Yeah, but she didn't get diagnosed until she was 19.
But when she was born, they kind of know. Like, look, yeah, your baby has we don't, it's not Down syndrome. It's not this. It's some sort of micro deletion. What deletion? We don't know. What are the symptoms? We don't know. But she's got microcephaly and things like that. Like, there are noticeable traits that a doctor would be like, this is what it is. But not until technology advanced could they actually pinpoint what, you have to have so much time go by to know, to study, to know what the symptoms of
So
this
Bree
chromosome
is trying to
are.
say that her mom knew she was some type of deleted, and that's why she.
No, she's saying that like Dee Dee knew what all the symptoms were and played on that. But she couldn't have, because no one knew. If anything, Gypsy could have been like a study for them to figure out what kids with this chromosome deletion, their symptoms. Does
And
that
who
make
told
sense?
Bree that?
Her dumb self. Chat GPT. Chat GPT told her that. Okay.
Dumb
Chat.
stuff.
I've got to play this clip because the
Oh my
amount
God,
of
I wish you
times.
were in my chat the night that Bree said she was arrested.
Oh, I heard about that. I heard about it.
Yeah.
That was when Wild came up, right?
Yeah, I scorned Wild because I was in your live when we were going over all this stuff, and I've been watching him for the last couple, like 2 months now.
Mm-hmm.
And so I scorned him. And he
What'd you say?
got violated. He got reported.
Well, I don't know what got
Nicole,
into
Dink,
him.
and
That's right. We all got reported.
Wild got reported at the same exact time.
This has never happened to me. We were timed out. We lost live access for 10 minutes. Like, what? 10 minutes?
It was bad. We needed you, Starlight. We needed you.
I know.
Oh my God.
Tells me.
We're talking about the night with Wild, right?
Right.
Oh my
When
God.
Bree
I kept asking the
arrested.
question, Starlight, he couldn't answer it. And then all of it, then he just said, you're a two-faced fuck. And I'm like,
What?
okay, but how? I'm like, what did I do that I'm so two-faced? And he could not answer my question.
And then he just said, I need to eat a sandwich again. And it's like, dude.
Yeah, he was more worried about Nicole eating a sandwich than answering my question on why he hates me so much, because there is no reason. Like, I did nothing to him.
I've never done a thing.
He said nothing. He had nothing to say. Nothing. Especially because the first thing we were
Why
like,
did he
Starlight's
even?
not in
Why
here
did
if
he
you're
go
looking
up?
for her.
Why did he even go up there?
He thought he would be a tough guy to me and Nicole and talk about my teeth and tell Nicole to eat something.
Right.
But we just laughed at him and we were like, you're stupid. You have no reason to hate on us. You
No,
hate on us
and then
because your friends hate on us.
Wild, you embarrass yourself when you do that shit, man. You're just not.
It was so embarrassing. People were calling him
not
Dreamer's
cut
son.
out for this. We're calling him what?
Dreamer's son.
Oh shit.
The retarded son. Sorry.
Oh, awesome. Oh, Tony's coming. It's the chat saying.
All right, well, let me play some of this before he gets here, because it's him. This is the only part of Tony I was able to catch.
Okay.
Your mother's titty, one of them. Why are you crying for? Because I didn't unalive my mom, so I had.
Bree, can you do me a favor?
No, let me shut up. Actually,
Bree, could you do me a favor, please? The first paper that you put up on the screen. Fourth and fifth paragraph. Can you read those to me?
And Bree's just like,
I don't want anybody else.
Why does it take you so long? You say you have like these piles of proof, but when people ask you a simple fucking question, you go silent because you're over there spazzing out on Chat GPT.
I know exactly. I'm like, okay, we have all night, Bree. Take your time. Jesus.
I'm sorry. I can't wait for Monday.
Hey, Starlight. Gypsy's
What?
toothbrush is in the chat. Do you want to drop the link for
The link is pinned to the top of the chat. Can you see it? If not, I can drop it again.
You gotta click the StreamYard link to come up on panel.
I'll put it in the chat just in case.
Yeah, and if you don't want to be seen, make sure you turn your camera off.
Yeah, I'll wait until I won't just like pull her up. Like if her, I like to make sure. I hope it's not the same. No, different TikTok Tony. Totally different universe. That guy's a weirdo too, though. I mean, no, wait, this Tony's not a weirdo, but that one is. TikTok Tony from the Sebastian Rogers case. He showed his PP accidentally.
Oh, God.
He's supposed to be a PI or some shit. He's weird, that guy. But this Tony's cool.
Yeah, this
It was so funny how he handled Brie.
Oh, he's fantastic. I love him.
Oh, he was on my panel the night Brie was quote unquote arrested.
Right.
And Dreamer, he met Dreamer.
I can't believe y'all fell for that shit.
Huh?
I didn't fall for it. I started the live saying I was raising money to keep Brie in jail.
You were kidding, yeah.
The anti-bail.
You that said that?
Anti-bail.
And I also said that I was Brie's attorney as representing her. She hired me pro se.
All right, Tony's coming in.
Tony.
Thank you, guys. Get your ass up here, Tony. All right, I'm gonna play this.
I'm pulling it up on my screen so I can see it better because it's really not as hard on your phone.
I want to hear what these two paragraphs say in this.
Brie didn't really go to jail. She pulled an April Fool's joke, and it's going to be really funny when she actually gets in trouble.
I know.
Right, because did you see Becca Scoops came up on my panel? Brie clipped it.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was funny.
Police record, though, so great transfer.
I'm a little worried. Oh, I'm sorry.
If my internet shits the bed, I'm going to throw a fit.
You sound good to me.
I know, it's giving me that weird Wi-Fi signal. We'll see what happens.
If you pull it up, I'll tell you the ones that I want you to read.
They're just waiting. They're just waiting.
I think they're in the back chat.
Yeah,
oh, okay.
Jeopardy music.
Actually, a 0 out of 5.
Well, Bree's sitting on mute. Hold on, let me get them. All right, we got Tony.
Am I on here?
You're on here now.
Oh, what up?
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, how's it going? How's it going?
Yeah, I got people in that chat saying the hard
shit.
R.
Hold
Did y'all
on.
see
Yeah,
that?
hold on. No,
it's just-
hold on. I got him. Thank you. I didn't see that shit until just now. Fucking A. That guy's done that before. I should have known. I didn't see it.
Why he does that? It's gross.
I don't know where he came from either.
Ugh, hate that dude.
It's just
You
weird.
can't control Tony. You can't control who comes backstage, but you can control who comes on panel. So
Yeah,
you can't help
anyone can take the link and come back and type. People come up here and porn bomb. It's happened.
I will say Prime did get you the other day.
He did. I fell for that shit. Hook, line, and sinker.
I did too. Honestly, I did too.
Motherfucker.
There's
Gypsy's toothbrush.
Hey, Gypsy's toothbrush. W.
Toothbrush.
Hey.
Yeah, we tore that bitch down last night.
I
We had bro
know.
going down to a spiral.
Can
Her ass
y'all
looked like a
post
boiled
that?
egg.
That's not hard to do.
You
Can you
handled
post
her. You handled her so good. It was funny because
And then
she
her
really
minions start
can't
reporting me.
Nuh-uh.
I woke up to 2 strikes this morning on my account.
Yeah.
Yep,
I
sure
got a
did.
flag and I had to leave, but I wanted to stay up and keep going off on her stupid ass.
Mm-hmm.
The shit she was saying on there. She was like, I got 10,000 pages of medical documents. I'm like, show me some. She showed some basic ass shit. First, she took 30 minutes to find the paper.
Right.
Then she put it up on the screen and it was the same shit we've already seen 1,000 times.
Yes.
Like, what the fuck are you doing?
She says, I show receipts all the time. I show receipts all the time. No, you don't. No,
you don't.
You actually don't. You show shit and it means nothing.
At all.
Yeah. And she says she has 9,000 pages. Well, they must all not be any more exciting than, I've looked through the
She
medical
hasn't even
documents.
read them. I asked her, did you even read
Yeah.
them? And she's like, she didn't want to answer. She's like, I still can get them. I'm like, you didn't
This
even
is
read
what
the
she
shit.
does. She puts everything through Chat GPT. So she'll take things like the medical records and run them through an AI.
Yeah, that hoe, she's corny.
even responses to me on DMs were Chat GPT. I was like, Brie, like definition.
I think that's what was taking her so long. Was she was
That's
Chat
what she was doing
GPT
last night.
Right.
Yeah, she was having a Chat
Literally.
GPT.
Like, that's corny.
Yeah.
You don't even read
I
them.
just-
And then what she put up on the screen. So she was putting up on the screen that doctor's note. Y'all know that doctor that said he suspected Munchausen.
Dr. Flasterstein.
And then he later retracted that statement. Like, we already know about that. What the fuck did you think you were proving? Like, she had me sitting there thinking she was about to drop the biggest bomb. She was like, you're about to feel so stupid right now. You're about to feel so stupid. Put up the same bullshit.
Did you see when I went up there?
Who are you on TikTok? What's your name on TikTok?
Hello, Starlight. I don't really do TikTok, but I
Oh, she
can't
can't
resist.
stand you.
Oh no, she got so triggered.
It's like as soon as she seen you, it was like she went from calm to like instantly on fire, heated. I was like, whoa, okay. She got her good. She got that bitch good.
Come in there, guys.
She
She would have
literally
lost her
can't.
cookies if I went in there.
She cannot debate. That's
At all.
why.
At all.
And so last night I came up because y'all were talking about the micro deletion, and she was saying that Dee Dee used it as a blueprint. And I was actually coming to tell her not that the blueprint part was right, but yes, like when she was born in 1991, they knew she had some sort of like micro deletion. They didn't know back then what that was. There was not the technology for that.
08 or something.
So it wasn't until like 2011-ish where she was formally diagnosed with it because, technology advanced. They tested her for this micro deletion and she was diagnosed finally. After all those years of trying to figure out what it is, they figured it out. But Bree's trying to present it that Dee Dee knew the symptoms of the micro deletion and used those as a blueprint, which is not true.
It's the dumbest shit ever. I
Yeah,
didn't
but
even know
she
what it
wouldn't
was.
even let me spit it out. She wouldn't shut the fuck up. She was so mad.
I wish I saw it. Oh, you have it though, right?
Well, you can't hear me, but you can hear her. Yeah.
I think Gypsy's toothbrush, it was her live. She should have it if she goes into her like TikTok studio, it'll have like the recording and she could download it if she wants to.
Here, I'm going to play some of the clips. I have to cover the screen though because I was on my phone and I was texting and shit. I don't need y'all seeing that.
Okay.
And she has the lowest score. Or 0 is the worst, 5 is the highest.
Restraint.
But anyways, I want
quiet.
to.
Bree's just over there with their little, what do y'all call it, teacup?
And we have we have that.
Coffee
So
break.
Oh.
Yeah, Tony's funny. When we were talking to somebody the other day, they kept going teacup, and he's like, "Stop going teacup." Trying to ask her a question. She kept
They
going
should say
teacup.
arrested for being a dumbass or something like that. That would
I
be
know
better.
you're on Google, bitch.
That's Shady 304. Yeah, she brushed her teeth with that very toothbrush that was all up in her. You know what? Like, girl, boo.
Guys, for everybody that wasn't just in Tony's live, the actor that played Nicholas in the movie or in the documentary The Act,
Yeah.
Oh, the docu-series. Or no, it wasn't a docu-series. Series.
Colin Worthy.
Uh-huh.
I just paid a bunch of money to send him some information on Cameo.
Oh, yeah? That's
He
actually a really good idea.
Listen, he absolutely supports Nick. He went through all types of autism centers and everything to learn everything he could about Nicholas in order to portray him. The man supports Nicholas, and he did not know of anything that has just recently come out. But he does now.
Well, yeah,
I sent him some of the most disgusting pages in the FOIA to read.
Oh.
So if you guys want to go to Cameo and send him a message, the more messages he gets, the more he's going to look into it.
He needs to look at the diminished capacity stuff. I have a video. You could just send him the video. It's in Nick's appeal documents. I just read it. Because I don't know what pages it's on, but people don't take that into account, and he obviously would.
100% diminished
And
capacity. I actually always thought.
let me ask you guys over here, because I don't really get into a lot of other issues outside of this. I go with the facts. I go with what I've read and what I can put out there. What is this about a sabotage group? Because
sabotage group.
Oh, is it
sabotage?
What's that?
Group?
What's that?
Well, I don't know what I see. I had never heard of it until someone messaged me with a lot of information on it.
I
Oh,
think
are they
she's
talking about
talking
the
about
MPG infiltration?
I think she's talking about the group of people that the Blanchards supposedly implanted.
Yes. That we're dealing with. That we're dealing with Fancy. That Fancy was in on it with.
To
I didn't know
distract
about that.
content creators and cause
Okay,
fights
well,
and whatever.
let me give you a little heads up about the person that they were sending to contact Nick in the sabotage group. Do you know they were preying on another person that has Asperger's syndrome? The woman that they got to do this has Asperger's syndrome and is not in good health. She has an ostomy bag and everything. And this is the woman that they preyed on to do this?
John Boker?
No.
Like
There was another one. There was another one that went completely silent after she figured out what they were doing. She has not spoke to anyone about it. She messaged me last night after my live. I sat and messaged her until after 8:30, 7:30 this morning.
Wait, can y'all hear me right now?
Yes.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Bros from Butt DM me saying that she don't or they don't hear me.
You're just really low. Let me see. I can turn you
I think
up.
he speaks low. That's what it sounds like.
Yeah, let me turn him up.
Hello.
Say it
But it's
now.
in these people's like, yeah, they have like muscle memory. Like they get a person with autism, Asperger's, and manipulate them to do what the fuck they want them to do. Like it's like muscle memory for these people at this point. Kind of weird.
And for everybody asking in chat, I'm not going to give this person's name. I'm not going to disclose anything about her. Just know that I have screenshots, I have text messages, and I have messages from Nicholas John.
So there. But
yeah.
Smoke it.
And also the NPG stuff is really bizarre. Did you see the video that they released today?
I never watched their stuff.
They said
No, I
that
haven't
they're
seen
not
it.
going to be participating in giving any FOIA documents, like any
Oh
documents
my
that the state has.
God.
That they don't bother them. They're not going to release any information to the public.
That is such bullshit. What are you hiding? That is the
They said
stupidest
they
shit I've
want to
ever heard.
that Nick wants to disconnect from this case as much as possible. Something like that. Don't
Well,
quote
you
me
can't
word
stop
for word.
FOIA documents.
Well,
sorry. You can't stop
Did you
it.
guys, Starlight, when you were in my live last night, did you hear what Bree was saying about she had supposedly talked to Nick? And that he said every time we talk, Bree, she said that every time we talked about him, we hurt him out here by trying to support him.
Yeah. She
So she's
puts
still in the
Nick
sabotage kit.
down. She puts Nick down Nick down 1 minute and then turns around and wants to act like she's speaking for him. It's weird.
Very.
But oh, what was I going to say? Oh, that I called her out on that when I was on your panel. I said that it was weird that she was up here doing that. Like because she'll blame everything on Nick and how everything's Nick's fault. But if you try to hold her accountable for Gypsy's weirdo shit, she makes every excuse in the book for her.
Yeah. Because she's obsessed with Gypsy and she focuses
Weird.
on technicalities that don't actually make sense.
Why can't you just be like, yeah, that's fucking weird too that Gypsy would say this shit instead you're like, oh no. Oh no. Oh, and she was trying to argue with you over who her mom speaks in capital letters, Dee Dee. Oh, if it was written in capital letters, that means it's Dee Dee. Well, why did it say I slashed that fucking pig and graped her sweet innocent daughter, whatever, in all
All in capital letters.
Yeah,
Yep.
did he write that?
Explain
That
that.
doesn't make sense.
It's
She was already dead
disgusting.
at that point.
They twist everything. That's why you cannot take Bree and them at their word. If you do, like, you need to do your homework. These people are
Shit.
full of
I
shit.
listen. I believe what's coming out of her mouth like I do Gypsy's. When her mouth's open, she's lying, and when it's shut, that bitch is telling the truth.
Except it's never shut, so.
Never shut.
All right, I'm gonna push play on this clip real quick. We're gonna listen to
See,
this.
guys, I can throw down and I can debate and I can be nasty about it.
Me too.
But then again, I can be respectful. I can have a civil debate.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's the thing. Becca always said, "Hey,
How
if
you
you
feel
want
about me?
No, we support.
Who murdered their mom? I don't really.
Sorry,
Play that
let
clip.
me uncut. I know. Hold on, let me fix this real quick. All right.
So he says, play it. It's like that Bush's beans. Roll that beautiful bean footage.
Let me put us at the bottom. There we go.
How you feel about me?
No, we support someone that was abused their
That
entire
murdered
life.
their mom. That murdered their mom.
And that should have never happened.
That
We all
murdered
agree
their
with that.
mom.
It should have never happened.
That murdered their mom. Still
Kids
haven't
is
showed
free
me
as
how she
fuck.
was abused. Still haven't showed
Hi,
any way she
Katie.
was abused. So, oh well.
You can say murdered on
Julia
needs to go back to prison.
No, I.
Look, and Bree is just. Let me take the banner down for a minute. Look, she's just in her little teacup. What are you doing over there? I thought you were supposed to be getting something.
Literally, she was
forced
on like
into
that the
silence.
whole time, almost.
Yeah.
Teacup in it.
Using
Teacup.
fucking GPT to try to get them to read the source.
Listen, I
Looking like a
almost went
fucking
in there.
boiled egg.
I almost went in there to listen, and I heard her screaming, and I'm like, "Yeah, nope, I ain't dealing with that tonight."
Right.
I got time to
hung out
deal with
with other
this shit. We can
people.
have a screaming match, and you won't win that one because, especially when I scream facts. Period. Ugly asshole. She don't know what the fuck she was talking about, and I had to let her know. You don't know shit. You don't have 10,000 pages of motherfucking medical documents, and if you did, you
I
didn't read them.
know. What? Yeah. Where are they?
Whose medical records are 10,000 pages? That's like a lot. I don't know.
Nobody's. She's fucking lying.
Yeah.
There's no way humanly possible she read all that anyway. So
no way.
She didn't. I asked her multiple times, "Did you actually read them?" She wasn't answering the question. She was like, well, like I'm not like claiming to be a medical professional like you. Okay, I asked you, did you read? You don't gotta be a medical professional to read text. Like what?
But when you read them, because I've read through almost all of them, and not the 10,000 that probably doesn't exist. There are like terms in there I'd have to look up.
Yeah, for sure.
So it takes longer because you're like, what does that mean?
It's all medical terms.
So
of
you
course
want,
we don't know
yeah.
it.
I bet Bree cannot comprehend.
Like
what
some
she's
things you
reading.
need to look it up because you can't know, but some things are self-explanatory. Like I wish you could play that clip. I brought up the
Okay, which
screenshot of a
one?
part of her medical document. I was saying
Yes.
the medical document it showed 0 out of 5 strength below the waist, including her hip flexors and her extensors. I was telling her that. She's like, you have no clue what that means. You're not a medical doctor. I don't think like 0 out of 5 strength. I don't think that means that they're strong. Let's like use
No,
like our
this
deductive
says right
reasoning
here,
skills.
I have these on hand. Type 2 fiber atrophy. This is from the muscle biopsy. So
we
it
don't need
didn't,
to look that up. So
right. Yeah, it didn't
Literally.
come back with muscular dystrophy, but it did come back with type 2 fiber atrophy.
Right.
This is from the actual biopsy.
Like she has muscle weakness. We like it's just a fact. Why are you gonna sit
Yeah.
up there and tell us that it's not? We don't need to have a PhD to know what the fuck this shit is.
She even said that she was having restless leg problems.
Clinical correction is suggested.
Mm-hmm.
A correlation, rather. Remember, there's a picture of her with like braces on her legs. I don't know if that
Yep,
was.
she wore AFOs for a while.
I think she loved being in that wheelchair until she didn't anymore.
Yep, I think so too. She got all that attention and free stuff.
Yeah.
They was bringing up the
Let me-
CPAP machine though, and they were saying that you like when if you're on a
sleep
CPAP
You can't.
machine, yeah, they were
You
saying
can't
you can't.
outgrow it.
Yes, you
Yeah,
absolutely can, especially
yes you can.
babies.
Like what?
I have a nephew that was on a CPAP until he was 9 years old and no longer needs it.
Right.
But
Adults
why are they
usually,
making a big
if
deal
you
about
develop
that anyway? It's freaking sleep apnea. Like,
yeah, some people develop it as they get older for whatever reason. You
yeah,
know,
my dad
weight
has a machine
gain
now,
or
but he didn't always.
right, as an adult, but as kids can outgrow it.
Hey, so I just want to point out that Sugar Sunday is in the chat.
Oh,
She said that
Didn't
we
we
have no
figure that
business
out? That
reading
was that
anybody's medical condition.
SMD.
She
It was
said
the
what?
clown that goes into haunted house, into
She
trap
said you have
houses.
no business to talk about anyone's medical history unless you have been her doctor or if you are an expert.
That's the
Yeah, we
lady
do.
that dresses up like a
No,
clown and goes
Well,
actually,
I'm
into
just going to
haunted
say
houses.
something. If they didn't want us to put our noses in it, they wouldn't have sent us the motherfucking medical documentation. So just shut up. You don't matter.
And that's kind of what FOIA means, right?
well,
Freedom of
the medical
information.
documents are not in
Like
the FOIA. The medical documents were
Yeah,
given
no.
to someone by the Blanchards, and they're out, and everyone could. Sorry, they're out. They're
Yeah, sorry that the damn
anyone can
Blanchers
find
are.
them. Be mad at Fancy. No, be mad at Christy
No,
Blanchard
be
for
mad
that.
at Christy. Yeah,
She's the
she's the one.
dummy who sold Gypsy's life rights for $10. Okay,
Oh,
she
Sugar
did.
Sunday,
I'm
I
not
want to
even
laugh at
joking.
this.
It's
Sugar
not.
Sunday, you want to claim that Gypsy's toothbrush blocks people because she blocked you? What does Bree do in her lives? Bree
You
blocks
can't even go
anybody
in
and
without getting
everybody who
blocked.
comes into her life. Like, so
Just Sunday,
you
shut up.
can step off with that.
You
Like,
don't want to
that's
see
and you
me
know what?
lose. Why are you here?
And let me just make something clear. I was very respectful in my live last night, and if you got blocked, you got blocked for a reason because you couldn't keep your smart ass mouth shut when facts were being spit in your damn face.
They can't handle the truth.
literally.
It's in your face, and you're like, no.
And does Bree and them even know what type 2 fiber atrophy is?
I'm sure Chat GPT told her. GPT.
Well, isn't it like you're missing some kind of fast twitching fibers in your muscles to where it doesn't cause them to have
I
the
mean, a quick
sensation and the
Google
movement?
search. Look up a quick Google
Yeah,
search on
that's not
it.
it, honey. That's not a Google search. That's straight from my nephew's medical.
Mm,
Oh,
yeah.
Because he doesn't have the I can't remember. There's some kind of twitch sensors in the muscles that doesn't
fast
send.
twitch muscle fiber. Yeah.
Yes,
Fast
Well,
or
yes.
it's
slow twitch
not.
muscle fibers. Most people have slow
So
twitch.
so see, I'm not too stupid. I do know what shit is.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
it's a
heard you
running
saying
thing, but
that
if you have
last
slow
night.
twitch, you can actually run for further at a more comfortable. Usually,
Yeah.
it has to do with your muscle repairing itself.
And fast twitch is like the more fast twitch you have, the more like explosive and athletic you
Exactly
are.
right. Most people are fast twitch. You
Yeah.
know, most people that's common. Slow twitch is actually why you work out is to kind of create a slower twitch in your muscles. But if you're born with that naturally, yeah, I was very disappointed when I saw my DNA was fast twitch. I was like, shit. I want slow
Here's
twitch.
And let me
all
just
the.
say this.
Have y'all seen
I know
this?
for I know for a fact because of my nephew that you do not ever outgrow fiber atrophy because you never get those sensors in your muscles to refire once they are gone.
There's no like yeah, there's no growing that you can't change your
Yeah,
level of athleticism that you have
be,
naturally. It's not possible.
because because what it is with fiber atrophy, it's actually the connection between your brain and your neurological that sends the twitches to your muscles to be able to make them move. And there's a disconnection between the neurons in your brain and the chemicals in your leg that cause those twitching movements. So it never goes, it will never come back.
Ever.
Yes, you can build muscle strength because my nephew used to be in a wheelchair all the time. Now he walks all the time. You can build muscle strength, but you will always have that lack of those fibers in your muscles. They're
Nobody
not
can ever
there.
change their ratio. Nobody can ever change it. Nobody can ever change the amount or the ratio of fast twitch to slow twitch they have. Nobody can do that. It's not possible.
Right. So but if you do like PT and work at it, then you can.
Oh yeah, my nephew went through like 7 years of physical therapy in
Right.
order
Right.
to even build the muscle mass. And still his little legs are maybe the size of my wrist
Oh.
because there's no muscle there. Because
Right.
you can't build muscle if you don't have the firing from the neurons in your brain to the stimulating twitch fibers in your muscles. You can't rebuild that connection once that connection's gone. You can build up the actual muscle, but you cannot
Exactly.
build up those fibers because those fibers are missing from birth.
Yeah. Jay in the
Exactly.
comments, nerds. No, but it's
No,
interesting.
honey,
No, I'm an
listen,
athlete, so I know about this.
I am not
Right.
a nerd,
No,
but I
I
do
know.
have some medical
Hey.
background. I do have some law enforcement background. I
Well,
also have
even
a
if you did
nephew
know
who
some,
is
that would make you a nerd. Just saying.
Yeah, Jay's great. He's playing around. But
Yes, Ozark in the chat, you were exactly right. People with clubbed feet or even hammered toes those are the two main ways that you can tell that someone has that fibro or fibril atrophy because it can affect the shapes of your feet and your legs because it is a much muscle issue.
I'm sorry, but I can tell she still has it.
Yeah,
She
she gets
does.
tired all the time.
We've talked about it all year because all the
Right.
pictures where Kenya's like speed walking and she's straggling behind.
Right, and she doesn't even walk like
And
straight.
she
Like
takes
she walks
and
like
she
a
ta-
duck.
she talks about taking breaks. Like
Right.
she doesn't walk for a long time. She's complained about shortness of breath with walking when she was pregnant. So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
we've covered it all year about her walking
Well, in some of
disability.
her lives, she's like, "Oh, I'm sick of standing." And then when she was in California once, one of the many times she went to California, she was saying, "Oh, my legs are tingling from walking yesterday." It's like, "Oh, really, Mom?"
And
Yeah, that's like not
those
normal.
those AFOs that she wore on her feet were because when someone is born like that in their early ages, it actually draws their feet up because it affects the muscles and the tendons and the backs of your feet. Your uh, I can't think of what the hell the tendons and everything are called in the back of your foot, but it affects the tension in those tendons, and that's why they put children of her age when they did it in the AFOs. It's to keep their foot at a certain angle to flex those muscles to try to get the strength built up in those flexors.
Makes sense. It just makes sense to me.
Starlight, I'm gonna be
Yes.
back. I have to go. Okay, I'll be right back.
Okay.
Though. All right.
See you
All right,
later.
I'm gonna push play.
See something in the comments, and I have preached this all day long. I have even said it multiple times. Nobody can say anything to me
Oh
about
shit!
forgiveness
I pushed the button.
Wait, you gonna play the
because I am
audio?
the
Yeah,
most
let's play.
forgiving person.
Yeah. Should I skip to a certain part? I have most of. Let's see. I had to do. You ended your live. What happened before that? Here we go.
Right before I ended it was where I was giving her hell and she pissed me off.
Hold on, let me get that one.
Made aware of until 2011 is when.
No, that's not
and this
true.
is from
Though.
Google.
That's not
and
true. That's
From
from Google. Now, I'm talking about, okay, 2011 is when a doctor diagnosed her. Gypsy's mother had been knowing this since years before that. Like, there is.
Okay, that is because in 1991, when Gypsy was born, they knew that she had some sort of microdeletion. I already explained this. Do I need to break out the crayons? Like, do you see what I'm saying? Like, she's right that Gypsy's mom always knew. So did Rod.
Right.
They just didn't know what they know now about microdeletion. So in 2011, she got a formal diagnosis of what it was. And that's when everything kind of started to slow down too. They got the answers they were looking for.
Right.
In my opinion.
Proof, because not only did she tell Rob, but there's proof because she wrote blogs. There's a blog that they used to write. I mean, that Dee Dee used to write about Gypsy.
Okay, and I wanted to say something about that. So the blog, quote unquote, they had so you know how Gypsy said she had an upcoming surgery and her mom was going to slit her throat?
Yeah.
Well, they actually had an upcoming trip, and it was called they were raising money for it. It was called Gypsy's Trip, and they were going to, I think it was the Oli Foundation. It was a medical conference thing, but people kind of treat those as a vacation at the same time.
They did that's where they went to the Cape, was with the Oli Foundation. So it was
Yeah.
probably wherever they were holding their, convention or whatever they did that
So
year.
that's this blog, quote unquote, that she's talking about. And I've actually dug and dug and done my research, and it was one of the 501st Legion guys who actually set up that I don't even know if you'd call it a website. I think it was a Facebook page called Gypsy's Trip. Pretty sure I have the screenshots of it.
So yeah, okay, there you go. I mean, that was the grip.
I don't know what her point was, because on Gypsy's Trip, to me, it's obvious they're using an older picture of Gypsy after an eye surgery. Dee Dee was a grifter for sure.
That's the vlogs that she showed.
Yes, to get her daughter, to do these things, to go on these trips and be a princess.
She was a sick kid.
But yeah, I don't remember where I was going with that. I lost my train of thought. Gypsy's Trip.
I mean, the thing is, these were all for Gypsy. How did Dee benefit in any way, except for maybe living expenses? I mean, she certainly wasn't putting money into her appearance.
Well, on Gypsy's Trip, they have that picture of Gypsy, and it says that she has the chromosome disorder.
Oh.
That's the exact one that she showed.
Yeah. But they didn't know. I don't know what year but that was made in 2015.
It was made 4 days after her mother was unalived. Because I've looked at it.
She was showing you Megan Pax. I'm talking about the real website. Or it was actually a Facebook page, if I remember correctly, and it was called Gypsy's Trip. And they were raising money to go on that trip. And then it was right before, because I think the trip was in July. I need to check myself, but I'm pretty sure. It was definitely 2015. It was coming up, which I find suspicious.
Yeah.
And when Gypsy was 16 years old,
I mean, but
wrote about this in a blog. I can show you the blog.
But can we both because you're a mother, correct?
No, I'm not a mother.
Sorry, I'm not trying to get personal or defensive. I'm just saying from a mother's standpoint, what if she was just trying to use all of those different diagnoses to figure out what was wrong with her own child?
She knew what was.
She was. That's what I exactly. I agree.
I agree too.
Yeah.
Wrong with her. Okay, there was nothing that. Okay, so there's people who have chromosomes like Gypsy. Look at her now. Okay, so if a doctor tells you multiple times that your child does not have muscular dystrophy, and you're leaving doctors because you don't want to that's a red flag. Multiple doctors wouldn't have said this, said she was a bad historian, that there's a strong possibility of Munchausen by proxy if they.
Look at Sugar Sunday over here saying that now Gypsy's autistic. What? What are you talking about?
All the symptoms of autism is the main one, so she must have it.
Gypsy was not autistic. Just like Gypsy didn't have fucking spina bifida.
She's one of sorry, go ahead.
I feel like that's a shared account.
No, I think it's that
SMB Explorers.
It's an older lady from the UK.
Okay.
But she's a hardcore gypsy simp.
Oh yeah.
She loves it over
So
there.
much you were mistaken to be gypsy. Or are you? Or do you share? Maybe you do share an account.
You share an account
She shares
with
toothbrushes.
Ew.
Oh, SMB. Why?
I knew it.
I did.
She didn't like BDM. She liked BTM.
Oh man, we got to get to the part where Bree tries to school everyone on what BDSM is.
Ow!
Like
Please stop it. Oh my
what?
god.
Oh
Yeah,
my
was
god.
that before you ended it the first time? Maybe I missed that part.
Yeah, that was before I ended it the
Okay,
first
let me go
time
back.
because I
We gotta play,
believe.
we gotta play that shit.
Demona.
She was 16 years old. Gypsy was 20 when they formed. And she even said she wouldn't, your followers and everything. But what if Dee Dee was actually just trying to figure out? So she actually always knew that, because the reason we know this is because Rod, she told Rod before they even moved to Missouri the reasons why Gypsy was having all these problems. And she even said she wouldn't make it past first. It was 12, then it was 18. Okay, so if she didn't find out until she was 20, if she didn't find that out until she was 20, okay, why would she have already told him that when she was way younger? Not only that, but she wrote a blog when Gypsy was 2016, when Gypsy was 16 years old. Gypsy was 20 when they diagnosed her. Remember, when she was 16 years old, she put that Gypsy had a chromosomal disorder. She knew this since Gypsy was a child, but she.
You're right, but you're twisting it to the wrong way.
Technicalities, as always.
Yeah.
Listen,
Y'all see what
I
I'm
set her.
saying here?
I set her straight.
Okay, let's see.
She never told anyone. She never told doctors, which is a.
Oh, where's the BDSM? I was wrong. Wrong one. Bear with me now.
Was this Tony's live?
No.
No, it was mine.
Oh,
She
but
would never come up on my
she
shit. I
can
would have her
she can
crash out.
download the whole thing if it was her live, and we could watch it.
She
I
wouldn't
can
even
download
dare to
both of
come up on
them.
my
There was
shit.
nothing that.
I just discovered you, Tony.
I know
I
we
think
love you.
Listen, guys, I have been around for. I've had my TikTok account for like 7 years. My main.
Mm-hmm.
Well, since TikTok started. So most people don't know how long I've been around and been doing my research on this. They just think because Gypsy's Toothbrush is a new account that I'm new to it, and I'm not.
Yeah, TikTok's wild. It's crazy over there.
It's the wild, wild west.
It truly is.
Or maybe it's the Gyp verse. I don't know.
I don't know. I've seen some.
No, it's just the
strange
internet.
corners.
Yeah.
I've seen some strange corners of TikTok. Whoa.
Okay, so there's people who have chromosomes like Gypsy. Look at her now. Okay, so if a doctor tells you multiple times that your child does not have muscular dystrophy, and you're leaving doctors because you don't want to, that's a red flag. Multiple doctors wouldn't have said she was a bad historian, that there's a strong possibility of Munchausen by proxy if they didn't think that something's up with this, because every time they would do tests, nothing would
And one
show up,
doctor said that
especially
and
for the
then
main things
retracted
like
his
her.
statement.
Nobody, she said this is.
Did you say that? I get confused on what's the recording and what's not. Did you just say that?
Hmm.
Did you just say that now, or was it on the recording?
Oh
Never
no! Oh,
mind.
I just said that. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, I just said
Okay.
that.
This is another reason we know that her mom lied. And
I think at this point you left. I think you're gone now.
Yeah, because they was reporting my account and I got a warning, so I
Oh,
just dropped. I just
those
left. I was like,
bitches.
fuck
was
that.
abusive. He says in the medical records, she says a few times she says she's paraplegic. A few other times she says she's quadriplegic. Sometimes she says that she was paralyzed since birth. Sometimes she said it was since a car accident. Sometimes she says it was since she had a seizure. She tells different doctors different things. Also, depending on what doctor she goes to, say if she goes to a cardiologist, guess what? Her family history is going to be all kind of things that relate to to cardiology. If she went to a neurologist, it's going to be all things like that. That's why I say that it is so important. Like, let's use Becca Scoops, for example. Becca Scoops has 310 pages of medical records out of 10,000. That means she doesn't have 9,600.
Man, you're so bothered by Becca. Just shut the fuck up. Why can't you learn
Becca's
your
the GOAT.
lesson?
Yeah, Becca is the GOAT. You're not on her level, Brie. You never will
We're
be.
close. Never will be close. So.
She's proved way more than you ever will.
Yeah, that big bothers you.
190 pages. How can you, I'm not saying you, but how can anybody come on the internet and talk about someone's real life, real experience without having 9,690 pages of their medical records? How dangerous is that? How, like, think about it. How, that is so irresponsible to do that.
Harmful.
She can't
It's
even
harmful,
think of words
exactly.
to say. Her bald egghead ass.
She's just mad because, I mean, and Becca doesn't even actually show the documents. She reads from them, I believe. I don't know. They're just mad. Look, they're mad that she is putting their shit out in a way, in a perfect little bow where everybody, can watch it and is like, she does her Becca Scoops thing, pisses her off, but that doesn't mean you have to be doxing Brie, digging into her real life.
Do that to someone. Remember that number whenever y'all go to talk about Gypsy. 9,690 pages is what y'all don't have. Can you imagine what's in those pages?
Show them.
You don't have to think that Gypsy's not guilty. Of course she's guilty. That's why she pled guilty, and that's why she served time.
What a weird person. Is this muted? I can't hear shit.
And I can't. Everything just went like dead silent for me too.
Yeah, but I can hear you now.
Oh, is it playing? What's going on?
No, we can't.
No,
Maybe
it's
her
not playing.
Starlight, is your Wi-Fi out again?
Starlight.
She always has problems with her Wi-Fi.
That's. We need to get
I'm assuming
Starlight
that must be what's happening.
some good, better connection. Starlight. Hashtag better Starlight systems. Where did she go? She like completely dropped off.
Yeah, it's definitely her Wi-Fi. She'll be back.
Oh, bummer. Anyway, you guys like my new avatar?
Yeah.
Isn't it cute?
Yeah.
It's very cute.
Oh, so hot take. Did you guys know Bree's gonna be on the Gypsy stupid show on Monday?
Yeah.
I'm clipping the shit out of that.
It's gonna be so much fun. I can't wait.
We're gonna have a watch party.
I'm not watching that ugly asshole. You
I
couldn't
don't
pay
know
me
why
to.
she would do that to herself, honestly, but whatever.
I can't.
Yeah, I'd never watch a bitch like that on TV.
And she's live streaming with Gypsy on her
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna record the shit out of that.
Oh my god, we're gonna have two of the best things ever.
I guess because she's gonna be on the episode is probably why she's gonna be watching it with her, and you know she needs someone to be there and watch the baby with her since she doesn't have custody allegedly.
No, all the sass is gonna come out of Gypsy on Monday because she's gonna be there with Brie and not like one of her family members.
You notice how Mia keeps bailing on her?
Oh yeah, has Mia not done one with her yet?
Nope, she was supposed to. She keeps bailing. I don't blame her. I wouldn't want to do it with her either.
Good observation. Starlight, come back. We don't know what to do without you. Another YouTube live post. Take it away, Nicole.
What's happening? Gypsy's toothbrush got booted too. Starlight will let you back up as soon as she's here.
Oh my god. What happened?
I don't know.
Poor Starlight and her internet. Oh my god.
I know. Oh my god. I've never seen such bad internet in 2025. Like,
I know. I don't know. I have pretty shitty internet too, but well, not. It's gotten better, but
I know your live streams always buffer.
I know.
It's really more like so when you're moving around though. If you stay like whenever you're on the treadmill, it's fine. So whatever if that spot's good.
But there's like a spot in my living room that just where
Nicole be running. Nicole be running for her life on that TikTok. She be running like. I be watching her run. I get tired. I get tired watching her run.
Oh my
Sorry
God.
about that. Sorry, I don't know. I give up on. I don't know what is wrong with my shit. Maybe someone's
really
fucking with
frustrating.
it.
I'll be pissed if I were you.
Yeah. I don't know. It's bullshit.
Yeah.
Anyways, what happened? What did I miss?
Not much. We were just wondering where the hell you went.
Me just rambling on about nothing.
Okay.
We were just talking about BRI being on next week.
I'm excited.
I know. It's gonna be
Did I pay my bill? Yes. I don't know what it is. I don't know what's up with it.
Oh, who dropped? Come back, Tony. Where'd you go?
Oh, really? You've been threatening Apple Charlotte?
Who?
That's not cool.
Wait, who's threatening Apple Charlotte?
Allegedly. Sugar Sunday?
What?
SMB is SMB Explores the cat as the
No,
cat?
it's the lady with the doll, with the broken doll.
Oh, the creepy doll. Yes,
Yeah, the one who does like all the abandoned houses stuff or whatever it is.
What's up with that croaky voice? Who? I'm not gonna say what I want to say. Don't say it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Hey, Amber Brain, Concrete Flatfoot with Stroke Eye. What's up? Good to see you.
Ribbit.
Thank you for being a champ in the chat. 1 out of a million that were coming at me the other day. Lord.
Fucked up. Because nobody has the right to that. Just like nobody has the right to your medical records, nobody has the right to hers. The only reason anybody even has what they have is because Fancy.
Mad.
Give him the Fancy because Fancy was supposed to make this project and she never did, and she never gave Gypsy her medical records back, which is why.
Give them back.
Yeah.
It's Christie's fault, not Fancy's. I don't even like Fancy, but it's not Fancy's fault.
Right. I would never. She was trying to prove something, but they're so stupid. I don't even think they know what they're looking at in the medical records.
Probably not.
Why there was a lawsuit pending for that, but they filed in the wrong jurisdiction. Long story short, it didn't happen. Will it one day?
Okay, can I ask you a question, Bree?
Yeah.
Why in every interview that Gypsy has done is there a different story?
What story? Name one story that was different.
There's 4 different stories. One, her mom didn't abuse her.
When did she say that?
The story about the pew pew. Let's see, what stories have changed. Let's think of some.
Oh, like her drug use has changed. It was it had nothing to do. I only used
the story with Dan has changed.
Yep.
Well, I was pointing out just the abuse, like where she told Dr. Phil and all of them, oh no, there was no abuse and things that
she said she had over 100 surgeries.
Yeah, when it was only 4.
Yeah. Too many to count. Where to even begin? A book of lies.
I believe it might have been Dr. Phil interview. One of her interviews.
She never said that in an interview that her mom never abused her. She never said that. She's never said that.
Why did she not tell the interrogator, like, after you're like, yeah, he killed my mom, but my mom was abusing me. Like, where was that? Where was that? Nothing.
But am I correct? Am I correct that she did in multiple interviews say that her mother did not abuse her?
Well, not until it was convenient.
Think so, no.
Yeah.
But she stated her mom didn't abuse her.
No, she said her mom did abuse her, but that's a story her lawyer came up with.
Yeah.
No, but in one of her interviews, and I'm pretty sure I looked it up last night.
Me and my mom were
Someone
best
asked her
friends.
someone asked her if her mom abused her, and she said, "No, my mom was never abusive."
I don't know.
She admits it in one of her interviews. I'll have to find it. I'll post it.
Yeah,
Okay.
do please.
She never. I mean, how about her schooling? It's like, oh, I never went to school. I went to kindergarten. I went to second grade. It's
That story changed too.
All the time. It's like, well, here's a picture of you in a school uniform. So you went to school at one point.
Yeah, the fucking shed. I was thrown in the shed. And then Brie wants to keep bringing up this hammer.
That was her BDSM shed, y'all. You can't convince me any different.
Yeah, she lied
That
about
was
being tied up for 2 weeks and not fed and all that crap. That was all blatant lies. Like,
if some guy was being creepy with your daughter and your daughter snuck out of the house and all of that, and they call you and they're like, hey, this is kind of weird. Your daughter's here. I'd be a little pissed too. I might bring a hammer. I don't know.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
not the way they.
Sorry. She was up
No,
to
go
no
ahead.
She was up to no good with that pool noodle.
Pool noodle.
That was
Oh. Yeah, that
They
was
didn't
a
have a
different.
pool.
I swear I haven't seen that one until the other day.
The pool noodle. Woo.
there's a pool noodle in a picture of in the shed.
What she was doing with that pool noodle, girl?
We probably don't want to know because there was no pool.
Sticking her up her butt.
That yeah.
Why was her original defense battered spouse syndrome, and why did Mike Stanfield in an interview say that she probably would have gotten life because of the evidence?
Because without them knowing, if Mike would have never got his hands on her medical records, which are an important part of this, because this is what a lot of people don't understand. When you go through the type of abuse that Gypsy went through, with Gypsy,
But he said that with her medical records.
No,
what he had to have access to those in order to be able to do the Munchausen by proxy defense.
I know, but why? No, he's saying without.
So
if they found that, they wish she could have gotten life. That's what he said. Not with them. And the reason they did batter so
no, he stated with the evidence that they had,
right,
that she would have gotten life.
Exactly.
They had every bit of medical evidence and everything.
Records. No, evidence.
No, this was after
evidence. Medical records is not.
I'm not talking about just the medical evidence, sweetheart. I'm talking about everything that they had. Everything that is in the FOIA that everybody is reading right now.
No, y'all are
do
you know that's Nick's appeal? That has nothing to do with Gypsy. That's Nick's
appeal. Of evidence and court documentation that was used in his trial.
Literally. I don't think she understands. I don't think she gets it. Like, she's very bothered by the word FOIA. Okay, it's just what people say, Brie. It's okay. And yeah, they're Nick's appeal, and there will be more. You can FOIA all type of things.
But here was my point on that. Had she went to trial, every bit of that paperwork that was used on Nick's would have been used on that little bitch.
Yes, exactly.
And he had to have the medical information before the trial in order for him to even throw that defense out there as Munchausen by proxy.
Yeah, if she would have went to trial, she would have gotten life at the minimum or death. So.
Yep.
Wasn't all used.
It is literally not. That's what everybody has wrong about these FOIAs. Like these FOIAs, God, now you got me calling them that. These documents that were FOIA requested. This is Nick's appeal. Of course, Gypsy's going to be mentioned in it because, I mean, she's a part of this. But that is his appeal in his denial explanation. That's all that is. There is no new evidence in there. Oh, everybody's saying this, and it's because of the way that people are interpreting it. That is Nick's appeal. That's all it is. It's Nick's appeal. Period.
But Mike Stanfield stated that after.
What? Say that
What's
again.
her point? Like, no shit.
Yeah. I don't know. She's kind of spazzing out.
She always spazzes out.
I think what pissed her off the most last night
and hers. Yeah, he was stating that they not
okay, but he already had the medical information.
I know he was saying that if
in
he
order
wouldn't have
to
ever
do
gotten
the
that.
Munchausen by proxy.
I know he's
so
saying
if he was
could have
going to
happened. He's
but
saying
if
what
he was
could-
going to, okay, yes, he's saying what could have happened because he didn't have a defense.
No, because
that's why the first defense was battered spouse
No,
syndrome.
the first defense was that because when you get a defense lawyer, it's their job to find a defense. And until they realized what Dee Dee was doing to her, they had to come up with a defense. And to be honest, they could have gone with that one. And I'm not even going to get into that because y'all don't want to hear it, but they could have. But
yeah, I do. Yes, I do. That's why I'm here.
Okay,
that's why.
Well, this is why that account that
Do
that
tell.
would have maybe we don't know the outcome because they never had to use it. But if they would have used that one, the reason is because Nick brought this. He says it himself. He invited Gypsy. He tried to get Gypsy to explore this dark side with him. There is proof that before Gypsy and after Gypsy, he did the same exact thing with other women.
Oh, okay. But let me explain something to you.
Okay.
A battered spouse syndrome is when you have been with someone personally in person and they have battered you multiple times.
No, it can be physical or
yes,
psychological.
It is.
No, it is not.
Battery.
This is why I always.
Wow.
What?
Hello?
Never mind.
Yeah. That. Mm-mm-mm. Uh-oh, did we lose Starlight again?
Yeah, I think so. Starlight. Girl.
She should just use her hotspot.
Oh, poor thing. Oh, Sugar Sunday. Nope, none of them.
I think we need to like crowdsource to get her new Wi-Fi.
MVP, the medical experts came up with that. No, Sugar Sunday. No. Mike Stanfield came up with that.
Mike Stanfield came up with it because he didn't have any other defense for her.
Right.
Mike Stanfield.
And then they found people to say, "Oh yeah, it's probably Munchausen syndrome by proxy," because they can't diagnose somebody posthumously. They can't.
Well,
So,
she tried to tell everybody. What was it that Bree was saying that? It's in my live. I'll have to find it. Something about who got her into the BDSM and all that.
Hot Topic said Mike didn't come up with it. It was Christy.
well, yeah, I mean the whole, the whole mommy dead and dearest was all angled to make it look, like she had Munchausen syndrome by proxy, and that came out right like during her sentencing. I mean, it was completely, and it was before Nick's trial. And people were, Becca Scoops is going to bring that up in her next video, that people had seen, that jurors had seen Mommy Dead and Dearest. They knew about the case, which you're not supposed to. But people had made up their mind about Nick already.
Out of 80 jurors in the jury pool, 67 of them had watched the movie.
Oh my God.
13. The other 13, the ones they used in the backup juror, had knowledge of the case prior and already had a predisposed image and decision on what they were going to do.
Yeah,
so therefore, every person in the jury pool was tainted.
Yeah.
It should have had a change of venue.
Right. That's why, that's what Becca Scoops' next video is going to be all about. Starlight,
all right, I'm back. Yeah. I don't know. I'm aggravated.
It's aggravating.
0 cents. All right. I'm on my hotspot for now, so we'll see.
Didn't you yell at them last week?
Yes, and it was fine. I don't know. It's weird. Aliens fucking with my shit.
I got another theory, but I'm gonna keep it to myself.
Okay, where was I?
You were correct. You look it up. Let's look it up. Everybody can.
Okay, so I think I skipped forward, but this is close. Let's see.
Go through the type of abuse that Gypsy went through. Would
you one of her interviews?
She never said that in an interview that her mom never abused her. She never said that. She's never said that.
Okay. What about where Mike Stanfield is like, shit, hold on. Saying how Gypsy was all out of breath when she would walk into the courtroom.
Oh, I know. Please.
She was walking around just fucking fine.
Well, let's not forget trips on blanket. When the Sarah, I need a lawyer, she steadied herself pretty well. And Stephanie was saying, Nick's mom was saying she was bounding up and down those steps.
Mm-hmm.
Her faith book.
And she was apparently having sex with Nick like a rabbit, according to the stepdad.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
That takes a lot of
very
energy.
loud. Very loud.
Yeah,
Can you imagine the sound of that? Ooh.
Gross.
Oh.
Can you imagine the squeal to her voice? Ew.
Oh my god.
No.
Gypsy, no.
Gypsy, you're a freak. Admit it.
Why was her original defense battered spouse syndrome, and why did Mike Stanfield in an interview say that she probably would have gotten life because of the evidence?
Because without them knowing, if Mike would have never got his hands on her medical records, which are an important part of this, because this is what a lot of people don't understand. When you go through the type of abuse that Gypsy went through, with Gypsy,
but he said that with her medical records.
No, what
he had to have access to those in order to be able to do the Munchausen by proxy defense.
I know, but why? No, he's saying without.
So
if they found that, they wish she could have gotten life. That's what he said. Not with them. And the reason they did batter
no, he stated with the evidence that they had,
right,
that she would have gotten life.
Exactly.
They had every bit of medical evidence and everything.
Records. No, evidence.
No, this
medical
was
records
after.
Is not evidence. Medical records is not.
I'm not talking about just the medical evidence, sweetheart. I'm talking about everything that they had. Everything that is in the foyer that everybody is reading right now.
No, that's no. Y'all are appeal. Do you know that's Nick's appeal? That has nothing to do with Gypsy. That's Nick's appeal.
Of evidence and court documentation that was used in his trial. Well, it wasn't all used.
It is literally not. That's what everybody has wrong about these FOIAs. Like these FOIAs, God, now you got me calling them that. These documents that were FOIA requested. This is Nick's appeal. Of course, Gypsy's going to be mentioned in it because, she's a part of this. But that is his appeal in his denial explanation. That's all that is. There is no new evidence in there. Oh, everybody's saying this, and it's because of the way that people are interpreting it. That is Nick's appeal. That's all it is. It's Nick's appeal. Period. That's all
Mike Stanfield. But Mike Stanfield stated that after the trial.
What?
I said it's new information to
Did you say
us. What
something,
does she
Haiti?
not get about that? Does she know the stuff about the toothbrush? Because if she did, then ew, like.
Well, here's what the dumbass failed to realize. If he used Munchausen by proxy because of her medical issues, then evidently he had the medical documentation. So he had everything to start with. So therefore, when he stated that she would have went away for life, he already had the medical documentation and knew the whole evidence. Everything that's in Nick's paperwork would have been in her damn court case too. You're cutting in and out, Starlight.
Cannot understand you.
Not again.
Oh, there she goes.
Darn it.
Yeah, I think she should just use her hotspot.
I know, that's crazy. I would lose my
What's her
mind.
cash app? I'm about to like send her $20. We gotta get her a new Wi-Fi.
I know. Get a new service provider, man.
Oh, it's on the bottom. I'm literally about to send her money.
But see, y'all, what Bree doesn't realize is when Gypsy's done using her, she's gonna throw her to the trashy curb just like she did Ryan, just like she's leaving Nick sitting in prison because she don't give two shits about her.
Yeah, how many friends did she lose leave behind from prison?
Yeah, what about Rachel Garland?
Yeah,
Perfect
Rachel
example.
Garland.
Well, Nick, I mean, she just uses somebody until they're not of use to her. That's what narcissists do. It's like narcissists. But here's just toothbrush. You're going to unblock me. I need to speak to you. Sugar Sunday says.
Who?
Sugar
Sugar
Sunday
Sunday.
wants to speak with you. She wants you to unblock her.
Sugar Sunday, I don't believe I blocked you unless you were in a live and got blocked. But I will check when I get off of here.
Starlight?
No.
Hello.
Hello.
Poor Starlight.
I know. Bruh.
I'll check Sugar Sunday when I get off of here, and if you're blocked, I'll unblock you. Like I said, I come at people peacefully until you piss me off. Come at me peacefully, and we can chat.
She said she was on your panel.
Oh, for Christ's sake.
I was using a different name. Sugar Sunday.
What name were you using? Because I probably have no idea who you are. Then I mean, how can I unblock? How can I unblock a name that I don't know who the hell it is if you were under a different name?
Yeah. Okay, I have something very random that I just noticed the other day. This is so. Do you guys remember Elliot Rodger, the incel, the guy who killed all those people because he was an incel.
I don't know who that is.
Oh, you don't know? Oh, you got to look him up. He's good. He wrote like 150-page manifesto, and hated women. And yeah, you guys remember? It was in California, and he was just a little brat. It was all put upon because girls didn't like him. Whatever. He was born 4 days before Gypsy. And I'm like, ooh, 1991 July birthdays might be a little scary. There might be something in the water. Because it gave his birthday. I was watching another thing about him, and it gave his birthday. And
So summer birthdays in 91 and people named Jen. Got it.
Yeah. His name is Elliot Rodger, and yeah, he was disgusting. Yeah, he was a monster. He went crazy, and he just drove around shooting a bunch of people in Santa Barbara.
Jesus.
His girls didn't like him. He used to think he was, yeah, that's where Chad's came from, right? From the incel community. And he was the ultimate gentleman. And he inspired other guys to do. A guy in Canada mowed down a bunch of people in a van. It's this whole online stuff. Right. It's because they can't get girls. Right. And he wasn't even a bad looking guy. He just had a shit personality.
Well, don't be a shitty person, dude.
Well, that's tough for a lot of people. But yeah, I just found that interesting that they were born only days apart. They're both psycho. He killed him. So he did all that and then offed himself.
Staring at this big old picture of Brie. Who made that edit? I feel like it's staring into my soul.
Where's her forehead nipple?
You got the surgery, remember?
Did she though? I feel like when she was at Tana, it was still there. That was last
Sugar
week.
Sunday, has the surgery been scheduled or she's waiting till after the show?
I don't know. It'd be funny if she was
Gypsy. I'm gonna FOIA the mole.
Yeah. It'd be funny if she had a big piece, like a big bandage on her head while she was next to Gypsy next week. Oh, Starlight.
She's left us. We've been
I sent her
abandoned.
$20. You better put it towards a new Wi-Fi.
Oh God. Hello, don't people know that Dee Dee took the
I'm
picture?
probably gonna have to end it. My Wi-Fi is completely knocked out. All
Is that what
right,
she
guys.
said?
That's what she just said.
Oh,
that sucks.
Starlight, can you hear us?
Starlight?
Tap number 1 if you can hear.
No.
She can't use her hotspot.
I don't know.
Yeah, if we get, we'll step down if you can't go on. Send up another smoke signal, and we'll see. Starlight? I'm just waiting for her to. Her hot spot is lukewarm aqua turtle.
We saw a Bug.
Bug was. Where is Bug?
She's in the back chat.
I just seen with the Bug chatting.
Yeah, she's in the back chat now.
Oh, is she chatting back there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, chit chatter.
So do we have to say goodbye for her?
I don't know. I'm waiting for her to say something else in chat, but
Bye to everyone. Bye. See you later. How can we close it out? Who has the power?
Yeah,
I guess we all just get off. I don't know.
I
All
guess
right,
I'll
guys. This
end it
sucks.
I don't know how to leave.
Yeah,
All right, everyone
okay.
just exit out.
Oh, she's gonna start it again.
Okay, 1,
Okay,
2, 3.
all right, I'll exit out. Bye,
All right.
everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.